Sir, your speech.
That is today? I completely forgot I scheduled that for today.
The people are waiting.
Then where are my manners?
Hello, peasants!
Citizens.
Right. My underlings of Gairkoff, also known as the colony of Norwood, of which I am king. But you already knew that. Anyway, today is a special day, my dear underlings, because you will stop being my underlings. You may be wondering, how could that be? Oh, benevolent, fantastic, and handsome king. Because, dear citizens, you gain your independence right now. You are your own country now, and you have your own problems to deal with yourself. Because I have not the time for it. That's it. Have fun. Enjoy your freedom and everything that comes with it. Well, I have more important matters to attend to.
Yes, the king is correct. Gairkoff is, from now, its own independent nation. Now, independence comes with its own issues and problems. We will have to write a constitution, laying out the basic foundation for our laws. Policies for election processes will have to be put in place before we can conduct such votes. In addition, religious policies will have to be evaluated and implemented. Until we have those things put together with the ones already mentioned, I will take on the burden as head of the provisional government. I will now introduce the heads of the provisional government and their functions. This man here is our honored Secretary of State, Henry Renifler. This lady here is the Secretary of Interior, Luisa Gonzalez. This esteemed woman is the Minister of Justice and Culture, Mei Li Zhao. Lastly, we have here the Minister of Finance, Hannah Mawuli. The Constituent Assembly will be held later this month, where proposals for the new constitution will be discussed. We encourage everyone to share their ideas to consider. We will also, as the ancient tradition, seek advice from third parties who won't have a vested interest in the outcome. Thank you for your support.
Excellent speech. With our new independence, we can focus on greater issues, such as working closer with the Norwardian king.
Now is the time to establish our own national identity. We already have so many cultures to choose from.
Nonsense. Everyone knows my ideas are superb.
You can bring up your concerns at the meeting later this week.
If you for a moment get out of your own mindset, actually listen to a thing I would say.
Why would I listen to
Why would you even for a moment consider that?
Good, you're not busy. I just want to make sure minorities will be well represented.
They will be, when we figure out how to help our citizens' financial status.
Outrageous. I think we should rather
bow down to your ideas? I don't think so.
Finances.
Why
Finances
do
are
you
your
always
mind.
think about
Minorities
yourself?
are the base of this country.
Yes. It needs to be timed perfectly. Uh-huh. Not now. Don't disappoint me.
Apologies for my tardiness. I had some busy matters to attend to.
Right.
Although it seems I'm not the only one who was quite busy.
Enough of your charade. Sit down so we can finish our civil debate.
Right. As I outlined, an assembly of leaders from local councils would suit our nation best.
No, a parliamentary system would better serve our people.
Please, please. We all know what we really need. A presidential system, of course.
What even should fall under federal control and whatnot?
Never mind that. What we want is a unitary government, not a federal. Makes our jobs easier. Our country is too small and has too much diversity that any attempt at a federal system would have to create provinces too small to make any decisions by themselves and too different from one another to be able to agree. Better to keep it all together and manage it from the top.
We just gained our independence, and you want us to be subject to the Norwardians? I say it is time we differentiate ourselves and become masters in our own house.
We should cultivate our own national identity. We already have so many cultures to choose from.
Worthless cultures, if you ask me.
Let us go back to individual rights. The individual should retain the right to be free.
Free from what? Debt? Ownership of another person? Discrimination? What even is freedom?
Freedom to choose their own career path.
The freedom to afford housing and food.
Freedom from discrimination.
Men should be equal to women. At least the right for education should be included.
Should it, though? Everyone can afford one.
Of course it should be included. I suggest it should be made free.
As nice as that sounds, even you must realize that is madness. Our resources should be invested in social services.
Our funds should be allocated into public safety. We need judges, courts, juries, trials. These things should be included in our Constitution. The guarantee that there will be a free trial for everyone.
That is of minor importance. The arts and sciences should be included as a fundamental right to develop themselves.
Ridiculous! You're all crazy. Nothing worthwhile was discussed today.
You're one to talk. You're just a crazy old woman.
I think you all just simply need to humble yourselves and accept that my proposal was simply better.
Right, like we need another ridiculous leader who only thinks of himself.
Told you, but you
Don't even start with me. Ever since
But I
you never even got
20 years of it.
20 years
never
of
listened.
rain. Oh,
I told you that.
if you would actually go down to them,
them,
speak with them, you know anything you're talking about.
No.
Hello, my beloved citizens. Yes, yes. Hello. I love being your president. Yes, yes. Please, please.
Renifle, what about the single transferable vote? Ranking their choices so their votes aren't wasted. Do you support that idea?
That is too complicated. Every district should have simple proportional representation, so every citizen can vote for the party, not an individual candidate.
The voters should decide the legislation themselves. New proposed laws should be voted on directly by the whole nation.
And yet nothing done? No. A single member majority will give the best representation of the people as a whole.
What about the electoral system itself? We should make sure that it cannot be corrupted and that it will be fair. That is why I support the implementation of registering before voting can commence.
But then you will be creating what you're trying to prevent. What we need is less government control, not more.
But how much should a vote be worth? In my humble opinion, I think votes should be worth more for those who have higher stake in society, such as wealth, power, property.
Of course you would suggest something as preposterous as that. You Norwardians took away our lands and now you want to take away.
Why don't you think he participates? What is he scheming?
no one really knows his thoughts or his political view. It's weird.
Now, I heard him making a suspicious phone call the other day in the hall. I don't know what it was about.
What are you talking about?
Eligibility, of course. I propose every adult should be eligible to vote.
How would you even define an adult? At what stage of life is someone an adult?
I think that is simple to answer. Someone who is 16 years old or older.
Can we really trust those 16-year-olds? I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know if I could trust myself at 16.
Well then, let's make it 30. That way you can't vote and ruin the country.
Or make it under 50, so we don't allow any old, outdated ideas to tamper.
What about the voting process itself? We should make it as convenient as possible for all of the citizens. That's why I propose we do it electronically.
Why, so that hackers can destabilize our country? No, what we need are booths regulated by the government to ensure no foul play.
The voters should decide the legislation themselves.
I think that is simple to answer. That is what I
It's really good. Yeah, just kind of in line with a little bit.
Excuse my tardiness. Continue.
Okay. I was saying that legitimate churches should be given the due respect with a tax exemption? I would dare say that doesn't even go far enough. Churches represent not only their belief, but also different cultures, and should be included in social policy.
You really just hate others, don't you? I mean, this is obviously just a scheme to hide behind religion to discriminate others.
Let me finish. Of course, this policy would not take effect until there are at least 200,000 adherents or more.
That is madness! This arbitrary limit is just another one of many, I might add, instances of disrespect and non-consideration towards minorities. Values and beliefs should not be judged solely on how many people practice them. I would rather have no state religion, no special preferences for any churches. I would treat them as organizations, taxes and all.
A separation of church and state is direly needed. We don't need the state to promote freedom of religion. The state needs freedom from religion. No religious nonsense shall corrupt our government.
I appreciate your humor, but in all seriousness, we need a state religion to foster and solidify our national identity. So why worry about it? Let's just keep the Norwardian Church as such, and all of our problems are solved.
Ridiculous. Too often times, the state gets used as a weapon to give favors to one group over another. That is the whole reason our people came, to escape that intolerance.
Oh, don't worry about discrimination. The Norwardian Church accepts all.
That is not my point. The state has no business in regulating religion, and churches should not be able to force their views onto our politics. No established churches, no open displays favoring religious views onto our political offices, or public spaces, or public schools. Religious belief is individual and private and should remain so.
What just happened?
More importantly, what's going on?
There's only one way to find out.
Ugh.
Is this the only copy of the election results?
Yes. Are you sure this is good for the people?
Absolutely.
Do you have a minute?
No.
Okay. So I just wanted to discuss the future of our country with you. I would love to hear your opinions.
I don't have time for this.
Look, I know you're supposed to be neutral and all, but discussions are over, decisions have been made. I just really want to know what you're going to address in your speech.
Well, come to the conference and you will find it out.
Come on, Marlo. It won't be that bad to tell me a little bit about your speech.
How convenient for him to leave the door unlocked.
Oh, never mind that. The conference is starting soon. We have no time.
What are we looking for again?
Remember the other day when we saw Marlo get an envelope from a strange man? Renifler said that it would be here somewhere.
You mean this envelope?
Yes, that's it.
Let's see what kind of secrets Marlo is keeping from us.
There's no time. Zhao and Renifler are waiting for us. Plus, we were going to expose Marlo at the conference. So, let's go. Hey, we got the envelope.
Open it already.
My dear citizens, I would like to take this opportunity to announce that as of today, I hand power over to the new administration. Thank you for accompanying me on this journey. It was not always easy, and I must confess that I had not always the greatest confidence that we would be able to come together as a people and agree on how Gairkoff needs to move forward. Though along the way, there have been many disagreements. I'm grateful for that experience, as that taught me the value of democracy. Because despite our different political opinions, we still want what is best for our people. So thank you for helping us in such a short time to make the essential decisions. I think I might go on a fishing trip. I wish our country and our people the very best. So, how did you enjoy my surprise?
Surprise? Are you mad?
I think my performance was quite excellent.
Performance.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I owe you an explanation. So when I first saw you interacting with each other, I was afraid that we would never reach any conclusion, even with the help of third parties. So I hatched a plan, trying to give you a common enemy. Well, in me.
Now, I heard him making a suspicious phone call the other day in the hall.
Not now.
I played the bad guy, trying to get you guys stop arguing and help each other. Seems like it worked well.
How dare you? No,
Have you seen
and then
any
you
of this
expect me
production?
to work
Any of
with
this
him.
stuff?
With
They don't actually
an
know anything
abortion.
about
No,
people.
and you-